Hey, what's up, y'all? And we're back with another preview and prediction video for the 2025 college football season. Today we got the Tennessee Volunteers, and I'm here with my good buddy TriStar to talk about some Tennessee football.
Well, Vic, thanks for having me on. Of course, this is what the third straight year we've done this.
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is the third straight year, and you messaged me, you said, "Hey, I can't. I'm thinking of somebody to do a Tennessee preview with, and I thought you was the perfect guy to do it." So, of course, I'm always more than happy
yeah.
to come on with you, Vic. So, okay,
All right. So anyway. All right, there we go. Got my screen shared. Okay, so I guess we'll uh, we'll recap last year first. Of course, last year 10-3. Let's see, you started out really strong, scoring a bunch of points in those first 3 weeks. You had 69 and 51 and 71. But of course, it was Chattanooga, NC State, and Kent State, and then middle of the season, yeah, kind of um, struggled against Oklahoma, and then an embarrassing loss to Arkansas.
Arkansas.
But then you did beat Florida in overtime, and then y'all beat Alabama, and then beat Kentucky and Mississippi State, but then lost to Georgia. Then y'all beat UTEP and Vanderbilt, and then made it to the 12-team college football playoff. Getting blown out at Ohio State. So
Yeah, so looking back at last season, I mean, it was a good year. I mean, yeah, you take out the Arkansas game. Georgia was at Georgia. That was kind of expected. But really, the only bad loss was that game at Arkansas. Like, even Ohio State, I mean, look what they did to Oregon the very next week in the Rose Bowl. They were up, what, 35-0 at halftime
yeah,
on
something
Oregon?
like that. Something
Yeah,
like
like
that. Yeah.
they blew them out. So, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily indicative on Tennessee was bad. I think just we had just walked into a buzzsaw and we just caught them at the worst time.
Yep. Anyway, yeah. So we'll look at your newest recruiting class. You just signed the number 11 recruiting class and had 25 players. Uh, to get a 5-star, y'all got David Sanders,
Yeah, David
offensive
Sanders,
tackle.
he will be your starting right tackle.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Uh,
Isaiah Campbell, he was
yeah,
a last minute
yeah,
flip from Clemson. He
yeah,
will rotate on D line.
yep, yep.
Well, overall, it's a good recruiting class. I mean, obviously,
Yep.
I would love to be able to get into the top five, but I think we'd have to win way more consistently to recruit at that level. And I think some of the assistants need to kind of pull their weight in recruiting.
Yep. Yep.
But again, that's a argument for a different day. This is
You
for a
got
different
a
day.
good wide receiver. You got a 4-star Travis Smith.
Hmm. I think he's going to be really good. I don't know if he'll be in the starting rotation this year, but it wouldn't shock me if he was, because we're very thin at wide receiver this year. That's really the only position of concern I have is wide receiver. I
Yep.
actually feel pretty okay. I feel okay about our wide receivers in terms of who's there. It's just I wish we could have like 3 or 4 more wide receivers for depth.
All right. So let's see who y'all got in the in the uh, uh, in the
Transfer portal.
transfer portal.
We got some
Still
guys.
looking.
We didn't take a whole lot.
Still looking. Still looking. There you are. Number 77 in the transfer portal.
We brought in
Okay. You got of course Joey Aguilar, aka G5 Joey.
We'll see how he does. I see it going one of two ways with Joey Aguilar because of the fact of how late he had to come in, the situation, and the offense does take a little bit to kind of really get it down good. It could either go really good or it could go really bad. But I feel like if Heupel senses that it's not going well for him, then I wouldn't be shocked if they rely really heavily on the run game, just like they did last year. So I mean, we'll see. Jury's
Yep.
out. We'll,
Yeah. Got a cornerback from Colorado, Colton Hood. You got Josh Snell, defensive lineman from I don't even know what that school is. It's Grand Valley State. You got Sam Pendleton.
I think he was a JUCO. I think it was JUCO or
Yeah,
FCS.
y'all got Sam Pendleton, who's in offensive lineman from Notre Dame. So
His
interior offensive lineman.
his older brother is on the staff. And the other one I'm excited about is Star Thomas down there.
Yeah, Star Thomas, running back
And
from Duke.
and
then you
most
got
likely your running back room is going to be a 3-headed monster this year. You're probably not going to have necessarily one running back that's the bell cow. You're probably going to have 3. It's going to be Wendell Moe, not Wendell Moe, Star Thomas, Peyton Lewis, and Deshaun Bishop.
Yep. Anyway, you got
rotate.
Amari Jefferson, a wide receiver from Alabama.
Chattanooga kid. That was
a
Boo Carter get.
Yeah, and you got a guard from Arizona. Yeah, Wendell Moe Jr.
He's looked really good so far in camp.
Yeah. Now let's look at Adam who left. Is there anyone of significance who y'all are losing? I see a lot of 3 stars, but I mean besides Nico, obviously, but is there really anyone else?
It was mainly guys that were never really going to see the field. It was
what about Squirrel White? Yeah.
Squirrel White, I mean, he got passed up in the wide receiver room. It would have been highly unlikely unless he just took a massive step forward that he was going to see really any playing time. So he was most likely asked to probably leave.
Yeah, you lost Holden Stays or
Holden
the tight end. Yeah, that y'all got. I think he transferred from Notre Dame last year. Now he's transferring to Indiana. So
that one, again, I think it's just he didn't like how we use tight ends.
Yep, that's right. There you go. So he's chasing playing time.
Mm-hmm.
About as Jason Jenkins. Is he any good? He went to Florida. He transferred to Florida State.
I mean, he could be decent, but again, I don't think he was ever going to see the field here.
Right, not at Tennessee, right?
Right. like I said, most of those players left for playing time.
Yep. What you got? John. It's a
John
cool
Slaughter,
name.
yeah.
Yes, it's a cool name, but
He was
he,
underwhelming and he was asking for way more money.
oh, money. Okay.
He had
So,
an okay season last year, but he was asking pretty much like top starter pay, and
mhm.
Tennessee was just like, no, you've not earned it.
All right, that's why he's going to Colorado. So
Yeah,
I wonder how much they're paying him. But
who knows? I mean, I wish him well.
yep. Okay, so now of course Nico is gone. Yep, Nico gone. He had 2,600 yards and 19 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 7.8 yards per attempt, 63.8% completions. So I mean, yeah, I mean he's definitely not Hendon Hooker. Yeah, actually, I think that that Joe Milton actually had a better year statistically in 2023 than Nico did in
Oh, there's no
2024.
thing
But
to it.
yeah,
He did.
yeah,
Well, again, with him, you know, the expectation was that he was going to take that jump from year one to year two. That was the expectation. But then all the money stuff started, as became very publicized.
yep,
And then a lot of that, as many people have said, was his camp, aka his father.
yep,
Nico Senior has basically pretty much all the decision making power in that family because, which I get it. You have families like where you have helicopter parents, but in that Polynesian culture, because it was the same thing with DJ Uyunglele's dad, it was the same thing. They called him Big Dave.
yep, yep. So anyway, so I mean, but at least Nico, I mean, he's not as bad as Jarrett Garantano though.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
obviously, yeah.
at least he's not Jarrett Garantano. But but he's gone now. He had a pretty average season, and he's gone now. So but y'all did get Joey Aguilar. Let's see if we can go find
Joey
G5
Aguilar,
Joey's
he's
stats.
willing to put it up. He's definitely a veteran quarterback. He's been around for a while. The only thing
Rushing
is
speed.
he's a little prone to throwing interceptions.
What is that
But
state?
I'm hoping with Heupel's system that he doesn't have those turnover issues. And plus, he's going to have a much better wide receiver room than he did at Appalachian State.
What was that state? It's still looking for App State on here. Hmm. Can't find where App State at. Come on, where they at? App State, App State, App State. I'll find them. There they are. Finally. Okay, here we go. Found Joey Aguilar's stats. He had 3,003 passing yards, 23 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, completed 55.9% of his passes, 7.7 yards per attempt, and his passer rating was 132.9. Oh, anyway, yeah, so those 14 interceptions is a bit of concerning.
Right. Now the good thing is with how Heupel's system works and how the routes work, I don't think he's going to be put into those positions where he's going to be having to force it and throwing into double coverage. So in theory, you would think those numbers would not be as bad. And if that happens, like I said, that's why I said it could either go really good or really bad.
Yep, yeah, the completion percentage is at 7.7. I think Nico's a yards per attempt was 7.8. So, and then the completion percentage only 56%. Nico had like 63 or 64%. So the completion percentage not as good. Yeah, the passer rating not as good as Nico's, but
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, that's why I said I have no idea how in the world it's going to go. It's going to go one of two ways, in my opinion, either really good or really bad.
yep, could be either really good or really bad.
Like I said, the running back room, I don't feel like, in terms of overall production, I don't think you're going to have drop off. Obviously, I don't see Peyton Lewis, Deshaun Bishop, or Star Thomas putting up individual numbers like what Dylan Sampson did last year. Having almost 1,500 yards and setting the touchdown record. I
Yeah.
don't see any of them doing that. But
Yeah.
I think as a running back by committee, I think Tennessee will be fine. I think the run game will be there. I think the offensive line will be improved. And this is going to be if you think about it, even though we're in year 5, this is going to be the first season with all Heupel players.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So is Deshaun Bishop the guy y'all call Beanie Bishop?
I've never heard that. I've always called him Deshaun Bishop.
You've never heard of some?
He's
him
a
be
Knoxville
called
kid.
Beanie
He's a
Bishop.
local. Maybe they call him that. I have no idea, but I just know he's a Knoxville kid. He's from the area.
He's 5'10". He's 5'10", 200 pounds. Yeah.
And works his ass off.
And of course, Dylan Sampson is going to the NFL. He got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. So in the 4th round.
Yeah, I mean,
he had
unless you
1,000.
have,
Yeah.
unless you have like a Barry Sanders type season, or you're a Heisman winner, most running backs are not going in the 1st round anymore.
Right. Yeah. So he had 1,491 yards. Right. So just under 1,500 yards, 5.8 per carry, 22 touchdowns. He had 258 carries. Beanie Bishop, right, he's coming back. He had 74 carries, 455 yards, 6.1 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns. So he actually got more yards per carry than Sampson.
Yeah, like I said, he's a good running back. It's just, again, when you got Dylan Sampson having the season he had last year, I mean,
yeah, looks like they're both built about the same. Yeah, Dylan Sampson, 5'11", 201 pounds, and Deshaun Bishop is 5'10", 200 pounds. So they're built about the same too.
Right.
And you got Peyton Lewis at 64 carries, 339 yards.
Good Lord.
5.3 per carry, and 3
That man,
touchdowns.
listen, that man is built like Derrick Henry. I don't know if he's going to have the same production that Derrick Henry had, but if you look at him physically and he's got that same kind of like he's big, but he's really fast kind of
Yep,
skill set
yep, yep.
as what Derrick Henry had. But again, we don't know yet because he hasn't really got to play much.
Yeah, he's at 6'1", 210 pounds. Yep.
Oh, he's built like a brick shit house, as Mama would say.
a brick shit house. And you'll also had that transfer running back from Duke.
Star Thomas.
Right, Star Thomas. Thomas from Duke. All right, we can look at what Star Thomas did last year. It is pretty good. He had 213 carries, 871 yards, 4.1 yards per carry, and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was pretty average. I think he wasn't he at South Carolina.
I don't know.
I swear, I think he was there like before, and then
yeah, no, he was at New Mexico State. He was two
okay. No,
years at New
I was
Mexico
thinking somebody
State
else. I was thinking somebody else.
and 1 year at Duke. Yeah. So it's only 4.1 yards per carry, but I mean, he'll probably have a better offensive line at Tennessee. So anyway, it's not, okay. Anyway, back to the Tennessee page. Let's see. Yeah, all right. So now moving on to wide receivers. There's Deontay Thornton gone up to the Raiders. Brew McCoy. Boy is coming back. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, you still there, TriStar? Okay, it looks like TriStar muted his mic. But anyway, yeah, Deontay Thornton is gone. 26 catches, 661 yards, 25.4 per catch, 6 touchdowns. I mean, that 25.4 yards per catch is insane. But unfortunately, Deontay Thornton is gone, but you do bring back Brew McCoy, 39 catches, 472 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12.1 per catch.
Brew McCoy is gone. He ain't got no more eligibility.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got no more eligibility.
Yeah, last year was his COVID season.
Okay, so Brew McCoy. Okay, so Brew McCoy is gone. Okay.
The only two wide receivers that we had last year with stats that are going to be playing this year are Chris Brazil.
Yeah. And then we saw that that Squirrel White also transferred. We saw him on the transfer portal page. He had 381 receiving yards, but Chris Brazel
Chris
is back.
Brazil.
Brazil, so it's Brazil, not Brazel.
Right.
Well, anyway, he had 29 catches, 331 yards, 11.5 per catch, 2 touchdowns. He's back. And what about Miles Kitselman?
Miles Kitselman, I'm glad he's back.
He's a tight end. He's a tight end, yeah.
He didn't do a lot in terms of receiving, but he was very big in run blocking.
Yeah, he's 6'5", 256 pounds. Yep. Yeah, he's a big tight end. Yep. Of course, Holden Stay's gone. Yeah, what about Chaz Nimrod?
Chaz Nimrod, he's gone, I think.
He's gone.
I think. Yeah, we had a
And,
good little chunk of receivers leave because they were never gonna
well, I don't
see
know. I
him
don't
playing right.
remember. I don't remember seeing him on the uh, on the transfer on the transfer portal page. Oh wait, there he is. There he is. Never mind. Yeah, he transferred to to South Florida. Yeah, that's right. Nimrod had gone to South Florida. It was like Chris Brazell is really the only wide receiver that you that y'all bring back. So you got Miles Kitselman at tight end, and that
Mhm.
and that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the only position of concern that I have offensively is wide receiver.
And you're sure that Brew that y'all don't have Brew McCoy.
Oh, that's a certainty. Brew McCoy's gone.
Okay then. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know what y'all are gonna do now then. Like I said, we did mention that Jalen Smith that freshman. So I guess he's gonna have to get ready to play. You did get Amari Jefferson from Alabama.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's
The
just
only
gonna have
thing is,
to
like they're saying that Amari Jefferson's still got a year before he's ready.
still got a year before he's ready.
Yeah. Basically, like they're not going to bring him in unless they just absolutely have to.
Yep. Well, and it looks like they might absolutely have to. And
Well,
there it
yeah,
is.
that's
It was Travis Smith, not Jalen Smith. And then y'all also got Radarius Jackson. So I guess
yeah.
these two freshmen are gonna have to play.
I mean, that's possible. It's not what they want to do, but it wouldn't shock me.
It might be what you gotta do. Yeah. Otherwise, you have like Mike Matthews. Yeah, don't know who that
Braylon
is.
Staley.
Yeah, yeah, Braylon Staley. Yeah, exactly. Don't even know who that is. Dayton Sneed. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, who are these people? Yeah. But anyway, I guess we can. Uh, Since last year, you'll add the 12th best scoring offense, 35.7 per game. The total offense. Total offense number 15. 447 yards per game. And look at rushing offense. Yeah, rushing offense should be pretty good. Yeah, last year you had the number 9 rushing offense, which was led by Dylan Sampson at 225.8 yards per game and 5 yards per carry. You know, about your last year's passing offense. It is passing offense. All right, yeah, passing offense. This one is going to take a while to find. Here it is, 77th best passing offense, 221.2 yards per pass, 12.18 per attempt. Oh, we lost. We lost TriStar. All right, I'm sure that the TriStar will be back on soon, but I guess we'll have to go ahead and press on. So now we're gonna start talking about defense. Of course, James Pierce is gone. Yep, James Pierce Jr. Is now a Falcon. And yeah, he had 7.5 sacks last year. So it looks like an Ion Carter returns linebacker. He had 68 total tackles. Yeah, he had interception, 6 pass deflections, 29 solo tackles, 39 assists. What do you mean? Yeah, I mean Arian. Yeah, Arian Carter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
See,
welcome
y'all.
back.
Here's the thing. I might be on YouTube and social media, but I do have a normal job. So if you do hear me cut out, it's because I'm doing my job right now.
Right.
So
Yeah. So we think about
Aaron
James
Aaron Carter.
about James Pierce. Yeah, leaving
Well, obviously, first round pick, huge edge rusher.
Falcons. Yeah.
Had some off the field stuff going on that kind of got slipped under the rug, but hell of a player. Um, and the other one you was talking about, Arian Carter.
Yeah.
Arian Carter, I think, is a really good linebacker. Very vocal leader. Another one I love, and I don't know if you mentioned him, but his name's Jeremiah T-Lander. That guy, he was a
Yeah.
low 4-star. He was,
T-Lander.
I want to say he was from Gainesville,
Yeah,
Georgia.
it was from Gainesville, Georgia. Yeah. Yeah.
And like you can tell, like that guy wants to be at Tennessee. I'll just say that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, he's a T-lander. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, he had 1 pass deflection. Yeah. And he had 43 total tackles and half a sack. So, and then what about Will Brooks? I guess he's gone.
He was
He's in the
punter.
NFL.
I think he
Yeah,
was a
do you know
punter.
who who Will Brooks?
No, wait, no. Will Brooks he's the white dude safety.
Yeah,
He was
Will
from
Brooks
Alabama.
is a defense. Yeah, he's a safety. Yeah, yeah, Will Brooks.
Hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. I hope he gets a chance with some team because he deserves it, man. That dude was a walk on at Tennessee, and he played his
Yeah,
ass off. He bust his ass day in and day out, month in, month out, year in, year out, the whole
yeah,
time he was at UT.
yeah. So
So
it's kind of like Dan Jackson. Yeah,
yeah,
like
kind of
Dan Jack
comparable.
reminds me of, yeah, because he was a white guy. Started out as a walk on. So Anyway, but he went undrafted. So
Right.
and he had four interceptions. About y'all bring back Jermod McCoy.
Yeah, Jamal McCoy, great
Jermod
corner.
McCoy.
The only thing is he missed spring because of an injury. So
What? Right. Yeah, he had four interceptions last year.
he's the one
44
that
total
he locked.
tackles.
Yeah, he came from Oregon State. He locked down Ryan Williams last year.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. Then y'all got Boo Carter. Yeah.
Boo Carter, Chattanooga boy,
Boo.
played at Bradley Central High School, 20
Yeah.
minutes from my house.
Boo.
And, obviously I think he'll be great this year. He's going to be a safety. Um, there was talks of him maybe doing some offensive packages. I think that'll be very minimal. I don't see them just making him an anchor on the offense or anything. I could see them lining him up in some kind of receiver position because he is electric with the ball in his hands. He is. So
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, we'll see
Yeah,
how that
he,
goes.
you think that he could be
Travis
like
Hunter, no,
Travis Hunter?
no,
Yeah.
no. Travis Hunter was a one of one.
Yes, right. You said that that Boo Carter might play some wide receiver. So
Well, he wants to do the Travis Hunter thing, but I can almost assuredly tell you right now that he might again get some offensive snaps, but it goes back to that argument. Okay, if you put him out there, who are you benching?
yeah,
And they like their receivers, so
yeah. And then yeah, you got Joshua Josephs. Yeah, I guess he
Joshua
was your
Josephs
other
is a fucking. He
defensive
was the other
end.
edge rusher.
Yep.
He's an absolute. He quietly had a very good season last year, and he is an absolute shit wrecker. I would not be shocked if
Shit
he goes
record.
high in the draft this coming year.
Shit record. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He had 1.5 sacks and three forced fumbles. He had two fumble recoveries.
Yeah, I don't think he got to play it. He, like I said, he kind of quietly had a really good season last year. So we'll see.
Yep.
But like I said, though, I am very satisfied with him. Uh,
Right. What
Obviously,
about
on the defense,
Andre Turrentine?
Andre Turrentine, I think he'll be good again. He really took a step up last year. Um, so I would think that he'll continue to progress and get better this season. And, we'll
Right.
see.
Right.
I think once we get to the schedule and after I describe who's who and who does what, then I don't think that Tennessee is going to be just, like as bad as people were thinking that they're going to be.
Yeah, it looks like the defense you've got pretty much everyone back besides
Besides Pierce and Amari
James
Thomas,
Pearson and 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 Will Brooks. Yeah.
James Pierce, Will Brooks, Amari Thomas, uh, lost a
Oh yeah,
couple
Amari
corners.
Thomas. Yeah, your defensive tackle. Yeah, 6'4", 325.
Yep. So,
Yeah, that's a big body to be losing.
mhm. and he was a great player, I think,
Yeah, it's
and
like y'all had
very underrated. We got
Jalen
Isaiah
Smith. Yeah,
Campbell,
he's gone.
Jalen. Well, no,
Jalen
we
Smith
have.
transferred.
Well, we got Isaiah Campbell. Like I said, he was a signing day flip from Clemson. He is going to be a fucking grown man on that line. You've got him. You've got oh god, you got David Hobbs. He'll
Right.
be a big piece on the interior.
Yeah, what about you got Dominic Bailey? Is he coming
Dominic
back?
Bailey.
Yeah,
I
Dominic Bailey, and y'all
think.
got
I think I'd have to. Again,
and y'all
some days I'd
got
have to go and look on the roster or go ask somebody in Knoxville. Hey, is this guy still here?
and we got uh Bryson Eason.
Bryson Eason.
I
Again,
mean, he could be back. He could be back for a sixth year.
see, that's the thing is like it's hard to keep up because of all the COVID seasons and
Well, he had a
players
COVID
suing for
season
extra
in
year.
20. He had a COVID season in 2020, and then he had a red shirt in 2021. He's been playing up to 4 games. Looks like 22, 23, and 24 counted.
Well,
So he could be coming back for another year.
well, if you look at the Zakai Ziegler suing the NCAA for another year of eligibility in basketball, nothing would shock me.
Yeah, and then y'all got yeah Omar Norman Lott, but it says that he's
Um,
with the Chiefs. So
yeah,
he was a second
he was
round
another
pick.
big time interior defensive lineman. He was really good. Our front seven last year was fucking nasty.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And
All
that's
right.
what's so
Yeah.
weird was,
So
just 2 years before that, I mean, my God, Tennessee couldn't stop a nosebleed.
nope.
And then last year, 2 years later, we have one of the best defenses in the country. Who would have thunk it? Josh Heupel, known for his offense, and he runs a gimmick offense. He does it with flash. He won 10 games and made the playoff, running the ball and playing defense.
You can't remember.
And
Yeah, that it was a
and
gimmick. Yeah, that
subpar
was.
quarterback play. Yeah, and subpar quarterback play.
That it was mimic the gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah, mimic the
Anyway,
gimmick.
yeah. So anyway, so you have the sixth best best total defense. Yeah, 293.2 per game.
He said we were
4.56.
six.
Yeah, six in total defense at 293.2
There's
yards
a
per
stat.
game.
I forget what
4
it's called.
point
There's a
4.56 yards per play allowed.
hmm there's a stat. It's like where it adjusts your defensive rankings to your opponents. Like, if you had an elite defense, but you played, a bunch of lowly ranked offenses, I think, what's it called? Defensive efficiency, I think.
Defensive efficiency, yeah.
I forget the exact name of it, but it's something where it compares your defensive stats and your offensive stats with the offenses and defenses you went up
You
against. So
played that you
basically,
played.
it says truly how good your defense was or how good your offense was. Like, for example, you say you have a team, like Tennessee, for example, the first 3 games of the season, they're averaging almost 60 points a game, but they were playing terrible defenses.
All right. So anyway, so then you add the seventh best scoring defense at 16 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see then.
Yeah, like I said, I can't remember the exact name of the stat, but basically that is the true show of how good your offense or defense actually was.
Right. So rushing defense, you had the 10th best rushing defense, 103.9 per attempt,
Mm-hmm.
2.97. I mean
And
per
we've
game,
always, since Heupel's been
2.97
there,
per carry.
yeah, well, since Heupel's been there and Tim Banks has been there, our rush defense has always been really good. It was just the secondary was very, very thin. and had some bad pieces in there, and those pieces are now gone. So now you see that the rush defense is a lot better.
Okay.
I mean, the
Gotta
pass defense is a
find
lot better.
pass defense. You had 189.3 allowed per game, and
Where's that rank?
29th, and
Well,
you had
that's way better than
6.46 yards per attempt allowed.
that was. I mean, let's see. I want to say in 22 and 21, our pass defense was in like the 120s.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah,
It was very bad.
it was
So
bad.
that's what makes you think. You give 20. You give last year's defense that 2022 Tennessee offense. You beat nobody's beating them
Nope.
because number one, you're not going to be able to keep up with them, but number two, you might not be able to score that much on them.
Yep. All right. So now it's time to go through
The
the
schedule.
schedule. It's time for the games. Let's go.
Week 1 in Atlanta. Used to be the Chick-fil-A
Syracuse.
kickoff. Now I think it's called the Aflac kickoff or whatever.
Aflac.
Aflac.
Yeah, no, I missed the Chick-fil-A kickoff. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you know my thoughts on neutral site games, but
Yep.
yes, we do
That's right.
play
Yeah, college
in
football
Atlanta.
games. College football games should be played on college campuses.
Thank you. And
Yep.
I'm not just quoting Josh Pate. I agree with that 100%.
Right. Well, I was quoting Uncle Lou, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. So what you think? You think y'all gonna beat the Orange Man? Or...
Syracuse, I do think we beat Syracuse. That one could. What's the coach's name up there? Syracuse. He
Yeah,
came from
that
Georgia.
was yes, right. He was Georgia's DB coach.
Damn,
What
what's
was his
his
name?
name?
Was it Fran?
I think Fran Brown.
Fran Brown. Yeah.
I think he's done a pretty good job there. He's definitely bumped their talent level up. They could be a sneaky type team, but it being really early in the season, I don't think Tennessee's going to try to do too much, and I think Tennessee should roll.
Yeah, they won 10 games last year. Of course, they do lose.
They lost
Kyle
a lot.
Kyle McCord, and some other people. Yeah, so
They lost a lot of starting production, which again, if you think about, most teams did. So
yeah,
just like we did, just like Georgia did.
all right, sure. I'll probably just give y'all a win there. Okay, next
East,
up
I,
we do have
I don't know.
State.
East Tennessee State, up there in the Tri Cities, up there in Johnson City, who knows? Maybe they feel a little froggy driving down I-81. I don't know. But I do think we should eke out a win in that one. Maybe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that'll be tough. But I think y'all get the win. Anyway, next up you got my Georgia Bulldogs, and I think this one's
That
be
one's
a
toss up.
loss.
No, that's a toss up. I've got that as a toss up. I'll just go ahead and tell you now, I don't really have any for sure losses on this schedule. I have toss ups. Here's why. Georgia, that is their first road game, and it's Gunnar Stockton's first road game as a starting quarterback. And that Tennessee fan base is going to show up that game. Now, obviously, you might say, well, Kirby hasn't struggled at Neyland, but again, I think now the talent level is definitely way more comparable now. I mean, obviously Georgia's still more talented, but it's not this huge gap like it was when Heupel first got there.
Right. Yeah.
So
right, but Heupel still hasn't been able to.
That's been the only team.
So.
That's been the only team that he struggled with, no matter where it's been.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is Georgia. So right now, I would probably lean Georgia, but again, I think it's going to be a great game. I think that game's going to be close. I don't think that's going to be a blowout. I mean, heck, even the game last year, the game in Athens last year was a close game. I mean, y'all scored that touchdown to make it look a little worse than what it was, but I mean, that was a dogfight.
Yeah, I guess the question is, can y'all score 20 points on us, which is something that
Well,
that
that's
that, that
we
Heupel's
got
offense has just never been able to do. I think y'all are definitely going to have to at least get into the 20s
yeah,
to win this game. So
yeah. I think that's going to be a knockdown, drag out slugfest. That's what I think it's going to be.
right, okay, right, okay. So anyway, okay, start out 2-1. All right, you've got UAB Blazers up
Now,
next.
hold on. You're just saying that. Come on.
Okay. Anyway, UAB, yeah, that's a win. Yeah, it's a win. We don't even need to talk about
Now I
that
don't.
one.
Hey, now UAB. If you remember back in about 10 years ago, their program got shut down, and they ain't been too happy about it. They when they see us in that SEC logo, they might think of the people in Tuscaloosa, and they might want to give us a whooping. Who
Yep.
knows?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. All right. But anyway, so now you've got you're at Mississippi State, and Mississippi State is terrible. They're going to be terrible again
They're
this year.
terrible. They're
Yeah,
they're
that's a win.
terrible. But here's the thing: if you notice a trend with Heupel, it's that one road game every year that we just come out flat and lose. You go back, 2 years ago at South Carolina, 23 at Florida, last year at Arkansas. If we're
Yep.
gonna have one of those lay down games against a team that we're heavily favored against,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
The question.
it would
Yeah.
not shock
Yeah.
me if it's that game at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
But
That's right. So I'll
as of now, I'm
probably
gonna pick.
yeah one of them. Yeah,
As
it'll
of
be one
now,
of
I'm
those.
gonna pick
With
us. Sorry, Sven, but I have us beating Mississippi State.
yeah.
The
Exactly.
the
Yeah. There might.
fighting
Yeah.
the Mississippi State fighting Jerry Clowers.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so you got
Marcel Ledbetter's
your
rolling in his grave right now.
right. You got your first bye week, and then after that, you do play Arkansas. This is a
That's
revenge
a
game.
revenge
Y'all went
game.
to Fayetteville and laid
That
an
one
egg
could. I'll just say
last
now.
year.
I feel
So
like that one has the potential to get ugly. Like I'm just saying right now. I don't know if Sam Pittman makes it through the year because everything I've heard out of Arkansas fans is they're ready to move on.
yeah.
Unless he just comes out and
Anyway,
just shocks everybody, I hate to say it, but he's kind of a dead man walking. Now that could
yep.
change, but as of now, he's a dead man walking.
Yeah, I think that that's a revenge game. In Knoxville this time. I think y'all get them back. So what's you at? And 2, 3, 4, 5-1. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
5-1. And then next up, y'all play at Alabama,
That's
and
gonna be a good one.
this is gonna be your second
Toss up.
loss. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, how good is Ty Simpson really?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how good he is, but
So, well again, I've got that as a toss up right now.
right. Yeah, even though they're against mighty Alabama. Yeah. Yep. Got to play him in Tuscaloosa. Yeah. Yeah. I think y'all losing that one. Uh,
I mean, we could. It wouldn't shock me, but I'm just
no.
saying I think that's a toss up.
All right. Anyway, up next. Right. So okay. Okay. Up next, you are at Kentucky.
Now, that's the other one that could be kind of that sneaky road game because how the Tennessee Kentucky series has always went. If it's in Neyland, Tennessee usually wins convincingly. If it's in Lexington at Kentucky, them fucking coal mining some bitches, it's usually a one possession slugfest. I mean, there's been plenty of times where Tennessee was hit. Like the last time we made the SEC championship, that was like a double overtime game at Lexington. So So that one, I do believe we're going to win, but it wouldn't be shocking if that's a close game because they always play
Uh,
us tough in Lexington.
right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and beat Kentucky. Pick y'all to beat Kentucky because y'all normally beat Kentucky anyway.
Well,
So they've
don't
only
they? Well,
yeah
that's the thing. Like, I don't know what it is about the grocery store up there, Kroger Field, but hell, they usually give Georgia a game
yeah
even.
yeah. So I mean, Kentucky has only beat y'all what like 3 times in the last 30
They
years or something like
they
that.
since
So
1984, they beat us in 2011, 2020, I think,
yeah,
and I want to say
2020.
2011, 2017, 2020. That's the only
Right.
times
Okay.
that we lost to Kentucky since
Yeah.
1984.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah. So I think history will tell us that y'all should be beating Kentucky. So anyway, next up,
Yes.
y'all do play Oklahoma.
Now that one is going to be a good one. I think Oklahoma's got the ability to be improved this year. I do like it that it's at Neyland, it's at home, but if we lose that one, it wouldn't shock me. So I've got that as a toss up.
Hmm.
I mean,
Uh.
they brought in John Mateer. They brought in John Mateer's OC from Washington State. I think has the potential to be a pretty good game. So I'm gonna put that as a toss up. I'll lean Tennessee in that one, but as of now I would have it as a toss up, slight lean Tennessee.
Hmm. All right. Well. Uh. Let's see. We got your second bye week. After that, you play New Mexico State. Yeah, that's a win.
Well, I don't know. Joey Aguilar, he's from New Mexico, so I mean maybe they think, hey, he came to Tennessee and did well, so why can't we? I mean, it ain't like they got anything else to do out there in Las Cruces, New Mexico, besides hang out with Border Patrol. I mean, who knows? Maybe they give them some
Mhm.
pointers. I don't
Border
know.
Patrol.
Well, Las Cruces, New Mexico is only like 45 minutes north of El Paso, so
Yeah. So that puts y'all at 8-2. Now, of course, next up is
at Florida,
at
at Florida.
Florida. Yeah, this game's gonna be in Gainesville. Y'all
That's a
can't
toss up
win.
for
Y'all can't win in Gainesville. Y'all can't win at the Swamp for whatever reason. Florida
for some reason we
always
just
beats
have
y'all down
issues.
there. So
And listen, that's not even really a Heupel thing. That goes back to the days of Johnny Majors and Philip Fulmer, even. Like, for some reason, because since 1971, we have only won in Gainesville twice. That was in 2001 and 2003. That's it.
all right,
So,
and then yeah, so yeah, so I think that's a loss. Yeah.
toss up, I'll probably, as of now, until I see us actually do it. Because in 23, I was thinking that we were just going to go down there and just absolutely just shit stomp them, and they ended up doing that to us. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say toss up and slight. I mean, I'm talking barely slight lean, like last second field goal loss for now.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, and then lastly, you got Vanderbilt. Yeah.
The nerds,
Yeah.
we. Well, I don't know. I mean, if they've already took their finals for their doctorates, I mean, they might be focused for that one. So who knows? They might give us a game. And hey, they
Uh.
beat Alabama first time
Yeah.
ever, or first time in
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna have y'all losing to a Vanderbilt. I think that's gonna be y'all's whoops game. I mean, y'all might lose to Kentucky or Oklahoma or even Syracuse, but I think I'm go with Vandy. So
Okay, so Vic here thinks Tennessee's going to lose to Vanderbilt.
well, I think y'all gonna lose to one of them, or maybe Kentucky or Oklahoma or Syracuse, or somebody. So
I think Tennessee's absolute floor is 7-5. I think our ceiling. I think we'll go anywhere. Again, it depends on the quarterback and how he does and how the receivers do. I think we could go anywhere because again, I just don't know. I could see us going either 7-5, or I could see us winning 10, 11 games. I don't know.
All right. So I got 8-4, losing to Georgia, at
Well,
Alabama, at
and
Florida,
and
and home to Vanderbilt. Yeah.
well, as of now, I'll split the difference, and I say Tennessee goes 9-3. We lose to Georgia, we lose to Bama, and we lose to Florida. That's
Right. Yeah.
our 3 losses for
Right.
now.
Okay.
Again, my thoughts could change as the season goes, but as of now, that's what I would stick with.
Okay. All right then. All right then. So I got 8-4, lost to Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and Vanderbilt. And TriStars got 9-3, losing to Georgia, Alabama, and Vanderbilt. All
No,
right.
no, 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 no.
Not not
I said
not
Florida,
Vanderbilt. Okay.
Florida, at Florida.
Right. Not Vanderbilt. Right. Okay.
See, Vic, you're just fucking with me right now doing that.
All right. So anyway, guess that's gonna be it. Just let people know where you want them to find them. If you want them to follow you
Well,
on X.
well, of course, go on X, Twitter, wherever y'all still call it. Just look up TriStar, capital T, capital N. Not hard to find. Got about 2,300 followers now. Just go on there. I'm on there way more than I am on YouTube, just because of how my job is, and it's just much easier doing Twitter.
All right. So y'all make sure y'all follow TriStar on Twitter. So anyway, yeah, appreciate you doing this Tennessee video with me, TriStar.
Of course, anytime.
Uh, yep. So anyway, y'all, so that's gonna be it for us. So y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments below. Give us your prediction for Tennessee, and thanks for watching. And I'll see y'all again next time.